welcome to another amazing time with Mr. Moses, and today we will be talking about the law of reflection. What is reflection? Reflection has to do with the bouncing back of light when it encounters a shiny surface. So today we'll be looking at reflection of plane mirrors. There are basically two laws when it talks about the law of reflection. The first one tells us that the incident ray, the normal, and the reflected ray, they all lie on the same plane. While the second one tells us that the angle of incidence is also equal to the angle of reflection. So today we will be using practical procedures to be able to verify the law of reflection. So next, I'm going to be showing us the practical apparatus, the apparatus that we need to be able to carry out this procedure. So first of all, to carry out this experiment, we need our drawing board. Second, we need our optical pins in case you are using optical pins. Then next, we need tags to be able to tag the papers. Then the next, you will be making use of protractor. Then you also be making use of plane mirrors. Apart from plane mirrors, we will also be making use of plain paper. You'll be using the plain paper for the experiment. Then next, we'll be making use of our ruler. And also, we will also be making use of our pencil. Next, we will be going straight into how we can carry the experiment. So we place our plain paper on the drawing board. Now, when you place your plain paper on the drawing board, then you will have to use the tags, the pin tags, to pin the edge of the plain paper. So you can see I've just pinned the two diagonal edge of the plain paper. So next, I'm going to take my ruler. So I'm going to divide the page into two so that I can be able to use the plain paper to carry out two experiments, the one of 30 degrees and the one of 40 degrees. So I draw a straight line AB of 5 centimeters. I draw a straight line of 5 centimeters. I measure it to ensure that it is 5 centimeters. Then I draw my line 0. So I pick a point in the center. Then I call that point O. So when I make the point O, the next thing I will do is I'm going to take my protractor. There is a hole in the protractor, so I'm going to put that tiny hole in the protractor on that 0 mark. I'm going to put it at the 0 mark. Just as you can see, this is the point I'm talking about. So the next, I'll put it on the plain paper on that straight line. So what I'm going to do next, I want to get the normal line, which is perpendicular to the straight line. So on the protractor, that is going to be our 90 degree. So I am going to get my 90 degrees on the protractor. Then I draw a straight line from the point O. Then I will draw a straight line from the point O. So this is what I'm doing. I put the 0 point. Then I indicate on my protractor the 90 degree. The first one, the first point, and the second one. The next thing I do, I will draw a straight line to those points. Yes, so this is our straight line. So in case you have been able to reach up to this point, thumbs up. So in case you have not been able to like our videos or you have an issue, you can comment and ensure you subscribe to our video. So this is the perpendicular line joining the straight line at the point 0. So the perpendicular line is the line 90 degrees. So next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this my protractor. I'll put it on that perpendicular line. Ensure that that 0 point coincide with that same 90 degree, the line 90 degree on your protractor. So what we are going to do next is we are going to get 30 degrees to the normal. We are going to get our incident angle, the angle of incidence. So it's going to be 30 degrees. So this is 10, 20, and this is our 30 degree point. So we indicate the 30 degree point on the paper using our protractor. So after indicating it, we take our meter rule, then we draw the line to get our angle of incidence, to get the line showing the incident ray. So this is our line showing the incident ray. So the next thing that I'm going to do now is I'm going to take 2 pins, then I pin it on the straight line. You are seeing this is the first pin, now this is the second pin on the straight line. Okay, ensure that the pins are straight. So if the pins are straight and you have something like this, you are good to go. So next, I'm going to take my plane mirror and I'm going to place my plane mirror on the straight line. Ensure it's on that straight line, that 5 centimeter line AB. Then I'm going to take 2 pins. The first one, I'm going to look through the plane mirror and find that point and pin the point where the pin aligns straight with those 2 other pins inside the mirror. So I'm going to make my first point here. This is the first place my pin coincide with those in the mirror. As you can see, this is the first one because we are still going to do that of 30 degrees. So this is our first point. Then I'm going to take the second pin and ensure that the second pin aligns with the first pin. So this my blue pin is going to align with the first white pin. Then after tagging it on the paper, I'm going to remove my plane mirror. Okay, you can see. Now I'm going to move my plane mirror. Then in case you have followed us up until this point, you have been doing well. So this is how it looks like inside the plane mirror and on your paper. So if you have been able to get to this point, thumbs up. The next thing we are going to do is ensure you are able to remove the pins. The next thing you are going to do is remove the pins and calculate the angle between that of your incident angle and the plane and that of your reflected and the normal. So as you can see, our angle of incident I equals to 30 degrees. Our angle of reflection R degree equals to 30 degrees. Thereby, we have been able to prove that the angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. But we are not going to stop there. We are going to check the same thing if we do it for 40 degrees. So just as you can see, the next practical now that we are doing is that of 40 degrees. So I am going to still using the same procedures to carry out that for 40 degrees. So you place your plane mirror on a straight line, on that straight line. Then the next thing, just as you can see me do, I put my first pin and ensure it coincides with that which is inside, with the two other pins inside. Then this is my second pin. Okay. Then the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to remove the pins. Just in the same procedure as the first one. Then I take my meter rule, then my ruler. Then I join the line with the center O. Then, using my protractor, I remove the two other pins. I will use my protractor to find the angle between the incidence I and the normal, and between the reflected R and the normal. So here I have that my reflected is 40 degrees. So I write R equals to 40 degrees. Okay. So my incidence is 40 degrees too. So you can see that we have our I equals to 40 degrees and our R degree equals to 40 degrees. So we have also been able to prove once more again that the angle of incidence is equal to the angle of refraction. So if you have been able to follow us up until this point, you have done well. So ensure you like, subscribe, and if you're having any issue with the practical, ensure you leave out your comment. Bye. See you next time on our practical section.